there comes a moment when you realize something has changed. Maybe it's hesitating at the top of the stairs. Maybe it's a dull ache in your lower back that never quite goes away. Or maybe it's that quiet fear, the fear of falling, of losing your independence, of becoming invisible. For too many older adults, this becomes an accepted reality. That's just what happens when you get older, they say. But what if I told you that's not true? What if I told you that science proves you can rebuild your strength, reclaim your balance, and restore your confidence at any age? According to Harvard Health and the Mayo Clinic, consistent low-impact exercise can reduce your risk of falls by nearly 30%. We're not talking about complicated gym routines or exhausting workouts. We're talking about 3 simple movements: the plank, the bird dog, and lunges. These aren't just exercises. They are keys to unlocking a life of freedom, independence, and dignity. Today, I'm going to show you how these 3 movements can transform not just your body, but your entire life. And I'll share real stories of people who thought their best days were behind them until they discovered otherwise. Before we dive in, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. Let's build a community of strength together. Exercise number 1, the plank, your foundation of strength. Let's start with something that looks almost too simple. The plank. You don't move. You just hold still, your body stretched like a bridge. But in that stillness, incredible power. Why the plank matters for you. As we age, our core muscles, the deep abdominal and spinal muscles that support everything we do, begin to weaken. This leads to stooped posture, chronic lower back pain, and increased fall risk. But here's a beautiful truth. You can rebuild that foundation. Research in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science shows that regular plank practice significantly reduces lower back pain and improves functional movement in older adults. Harvard Medical School recommends it as one of the safest, most effective exercises for seniors because it strengthens without straining your joints. But the plank is more than physical. It's psychological. Every time you hold it, you're telling yourself, I am strong. I can support myself. I will not fall. Meet Olivia. I'll never forget Olivia, a 68-year-old retired teacher who walked into our workshop with a slight hunch, moving carefully, afraid of sudden movements. Her first plank? 7 seconds before her arms gave out. But she smiled. The next day, she came back. 10 seconds. Then 15. Within 3 weeks, she could hold a modified plank for 40 seconds. But more than that, her nagging back pain had faded. Her posture straightened. Her fear disappeared. This little move, she told me with tears in her eyes, reminded me that I still have strength inside me. I just needed to find it again. How to start? The gentle way. Begin on your knees, not your toes. Lie on a soft mat. Prop yourself up on your forearms and knees, keeping your back straight. Engage your core gently and hold for just 10 to 15 seconds. Rest. Repeat 2 to 3 times. That's it. You don't need to hold for a minute. Even 10 seconds today is a triumph. Because with every second you hold, you're holding onto something far greater than muscle. You're holding onto hope, power, and yourself. The plank teaches you that you are your own foundation, and it's never too late to strengthen it. Exercise number 2, the bird dog, reclaiming your balance. Now, let's talk about balance and why losing it is one of the most frightening parts of aging. The bird dog is a movement of quiet elegance. One arm reaches forward, one leg stretches back, and for a moment you become both grounded and lifted, rooted and free. Why this matters. A misplaced step, a moment of disorientation. Suddenly you're on the floor, afraid to get back up. The bird dog targets exactly this problem, not just by strengthening muscles, but by reconnecting your brain and body. This exercise activates what's called cross-body coordination, training your left and right sides to work together like they once did with ease. Studies show that exercises focusing on this cross-lateral movement significantly improve motor control, stability, and reaction time in adults over 60. Translation? Fewer stumbles, faster recovery from imbalance, greater confidence in your daily movements. Leonard's transformation. Leonard was 74, a former architect with hands that once designed buildings but now shook when he tried to lift them. After a minor stroke and months of inactivity, even walking across a room exhausted him. He called his body unreliable. When I introduced the bird dog, he hesitated. My arms shake. My leg won't go straight. We started small, just lifting one hand at a time while on all fours. Slowly, day by day, he added the opposite leg. After 2 weeks, he could hold the full pose for 5 seconds. After 1 month, 10 seconds. And then he said something I'll never forget. I feel like I have symmetry again, like my body knows what it's doing. It wasn't just his balance that returned. It was his confidence, his sense of self. How to begin? No rush, no pressure. Kneel on a soft surface with your hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Gently extend your right arm forward and left leg back. Keep your back flat, head aligned with your spine. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Return to center, then switch sides. If you wobble, that's okay. Wobbling is part of learning. Start with just arm extensions if balance is tricky, then progress. Balance isn't just physical, it's emotional. It means feeling steady not just on your feet, but in your life. The bird dog helps you regain that balance, teaching your body to trust itself again. And when your body trusts itself, your mind feels safe again. Exercise number 3, lunges, stepping into independence. There's something profoundly symbolic about a lunge. 1 foot steps forward, your body lowers with control, and you rise again, stronger, steadier. It mirrors life itself, taking steps even when it's hard, and rising despite the weight. Why lunges are life-changing. As we age, leg strength declines. Climbing stairs becomes harder. Standing from a chair takes effort. Walking long distances feels impossible. Independence begins to slip away quietly, day by day. But lunges can reverse this. This single powerful movement strengthens your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and hip stabilizers, the exact muscles you need for standing, walking, stepping, and recovering from imbalance. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, lower body strength is one of the most critical factors in predicting whether an older adult can live independently. Lunges, done safely and progressively, can make the difference between relying on a walker and walking freely. Lillian's journey back. Lillian was 76 when she fell and fractured her pelvis. For 8 months, she could only move with a walker. She hated it, not just the inconvenience, but feeling invisible. I used to walk to the market every morning, she told me. Then suddenly, I had to wait for my daughter to push me around. I felt erased. Her physical therapist introduced modified lunges, just stepping forward, barely bending. It was hard. She cried more than once, but she kept going. By week 4, she could lunge with one hand on a chair. By month 3, she no longer needed a walker indoors. And by month 6, she walked a full kilometer outdoors, unaided, for the first time in almost a year. Each lunge felt like I was taking back a piece of myself, she said. Starting safely, your first lunge. Stand near a sturdy chair or wall. Step your right foot forward just enough that your knee stays over your ankle. Gently bend both knees, lowering your body a few inches. Keep your torso upright. Use a chair for balance if needed. Push through your front heel to return to standing. Repeat on the other leg. Start with 5 representatives per leg. Focus on form, not depth. Even small lunges are powerful when done with intention. Lunges train more than legs. They teach your brain and body to move forward with control. They rebuild the courage to move beyond fear and step into life with strength. Every time you lunge, you're saying, I am still moving forward. I am still in charge of my body. If you've watched this far, then something inside you is stirring, a memory of strength, a whisper of hope, a quiet maybe I can. Because the truth is, you can. Plank, bird dog, lunges. 3 simple movements. They don't require gym, fancy equipment, or special shoes. All they need is you, your breath, your presence, your willingness to begin. And they give back far more than they take. They give you the strength to stand tall, the control to move with confidence, the freedom to walk where you want, when you want, without fear. They give you dignity. And most of all, they give you ownership of your body again. Aging doesn't mean surrender. Yes, we slow down. Yes, the knees creak and the back protests. But every single day, your body is still capable of healing, adapting, and becoming stronger. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be to begin. Like Lillian stepping out without her walker. Like Leonard feeling his coordination return. Like Olivia holding a plank and realizing, I still have strength in me. And like you, watching this, perhaps with curiosity, perhaps with doubt, but still here, still standing, still hopeful. Start today. Choose one of these 3 exercises. Just one. Try it once a day, even if it's only for 5 seconds. That's how everything starts. Then tomorrow, do it again. Let the second become minutes. Let the effort become habit. And let the habit become your new story, a story not of decline, but of revival. Because movement isn't just about fitness. It's about life. And every time you move with intention, you're writing your story anew, one breath, one pose, one step at a time. Now I want to hear from you. What's your name and where are you joining us from? Which of these 3 exercises will you try first? Share in the comments below. Your story might be the one that inspires someone else to begin. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for more inspiring stories, practical guides, and real-life tips designed for those who believe their best days are still ahead. We're in this together, and your journey is just beginning. Important. Always consult with your healthcare provider before starting any new exercise program. Stop immediately if you experience pain or dizziness. These exercises should feel challenging but never painful.